Good morning. It's been a while since I did a video, so I figured I would do one this morning. This is what the standard panel looks like. There is no temperature controller here. For today, I built a test jig that has different lights that will simulate what the valves do. On the up valve, when this is lit, that means the up valve does not have air going through it. So this is opposite of this. So when you want to do movement, both of these lights come on. Okay. The limit switch will only be lit when the limit switch is pushed down. Okay. So when you power the unit up, it's going to come up to the title screen. Okay. You'll notice that when the unit is powered up, but not in run mode, notice the light's not on, that the up air valve is lit. It's powered up. This is so you can move the handle freely. So when you go through the different screens, your F2 screen sets up your double tap, the manual mode, and the safety delay bypass. The manual mode is exactly what it sounds like. Whenever you turn on the manual mode, every time you move the handle to the top, it automatically drops lead. Okay? So when you're in manual mode, you're going to see that the up light's on. You're going to see that every time you go to the top and you close the limit switch, it drops lead. The amount of lead that it drops is based on your F3 screen. You can see that lead pour is done in milliseconds. The rest of the time is done in seconds. So if we go back to F2, whenever you're in manual mode, it will not let you go to run mode. You cannot turn the panel on. See, watch. See, it'll automatically cut it off. Now, safety delay bypass. Safety delay bypass means that whenever you do energize it, and let's go ahead and we'll close the limit switch. There is a little delay. If you watch, see how there's a delay before it pours lead? If safety delay bypass is on, as soon as you close the limit switch, it pours lead. This allows you to heat up your mold quickly, or if you happen to have a mold that is very small in grains, you know, like a 22 caliber mold, to where there's not a lot of lead in it, to where you have a lot more metal. This allows you to heat it up. Now, going back to the F3 screen, start delay is that pause before it pours lead. Lead pour is the amount of lead it pours. Lead harden is how long it stays underneath the pot after lead is poured. So the lead itself gets hard. You know, that's why it's called lead hardened. And then stroke and mold cool is how long it sits underneath the fan at the bottom of the stroke after you dropped off bullets. Now when you go to the F4 screen, you have double tap delay. Double tap delay, you will need to make adjustments to this time. This is in milliseconds. It varies depending on your machine, depending on what your air pressure is, depending on how tight your machine is. This is the amount of time that it goes all the way to the bottom and drops, and then raises up just a little bit and retaps it again. So you're going to have to adjust it. I put it at a default at 145. Now, double tap counter is how many times it taps. The double tap stroke and mold cool is the same. This is the same as on your F3 screen here, your stroke and mold cool, but this allows you to change it for when you're running double tap. Now, lastly, your F5 screen. This is your cycle limit screen. Now, every time the limit switch is closed, when you're in run mode, the counter counts. See how it counts? See, it's in run mode. Now you can set the cycle limit, and we'll say 10, that we want to run at 10 cycles. You turn the limit on, and you'll see that you can hear it click. You can hear me click the limit switch. It will keep running, and when it hits 10, it cuts off. So really your cycle limit is one number more than the amount of cycles you want to run. Now, it will not let you go to run mode because you've reached your count. So you either have to cut off the limit or hit reset. And if you hit reset, you can see that it'll automatically power back up again when you push it. So let's put it off. So let's go to the operation. So you can see that we're powered up. You can see that the up air valve is lit, which means you can freely move the handle. So we're going to go ahead and press run mode. So we're in run mode. We're going to go ahead and close the limit switch. You're going to see the red light come on. Now you're going to see the blue light come on, which means we're pouring lead. Then when both lights, the up and down, come on right there, we are calling for the handle to move. Now you notice that I still have the limit switch down. If for some reason you have a short due to lead getting on the limit switch, if this limit switch isn't raised up, your machine is going to stay stuck because it's trying to go down and it can't, either due to a blockage or due to just a malfunction. So we'll say that it's working fine. We call for movement, it goes. Well, we've already timed out. So the handle's going to go back to the top. We're going to close the limit switch, and it's going to do it again. Pours lead, it waits, calls for movement, goes back to the top, closes the limit switch, and it keeps doing that for the entire time. Now, let's just say that you want to run double tap, just so you can see what this looks like. Double tap's on. I'm going to go ahead and put it in run mode. I'm going to close the limit switch. Pours lead. Calls for movement, so I'm letting go of the limit switch. And now you're going to see it blink. And this is it tapping. Okay, once both these lights go out, the handle goes back to the top again, and it does it again. Okay? So, this is your basic panel. There's not a whole lot, to be honest, there's not a whole lot to it. I'll open it up so you can go ahead and see what's in the inside. I put a sticker on what the hookups are. Sorry for the sun being in the way. There you go, I'll turn it some. But this is the standard panel setup. It is a universal power, meaning you can use it for 120 volts or 220, 240. So you can use the same setup overseas. If you have any questions, just write them down in the comments and I'll try and answer. Thank you.